U.S. President-elect Donald Trump has been busy since his electoral victory. He has about 2 months to build his team, and it seems like most of Trump's second administration is coming from his home state of Florida. First in the list is Marco Rubio for the role of Secretary of State. Local media reports suggest that the Florida senator has been approached for the job. The past year has been eventful for Rubio. He was also considered as Trump's running mate. Some say he was the runners-up to J.D. Vance. Rubio has been the Florida senator since 2011 and has staked out a position as a foreign policy hawk. He has taken a hard line on China, Iran, Venezuela, and Cuba in particular. Rubio has been among the most outspoken senators on the need for the United States to be more aggressive on China. Michael Waltz is expected to be the next national security advisor of the U.S. After 4 years in Army, he joined the Florida Army National Guard. He has done multiple combat tours and has been awarded 4 Bronze Stars. Waltz also worked in the Pentagon as a policy advisor. Like Rubio, he believes in going tough on China. As a member of the Republicans' China Task Force, Waltz has argued that the U.S. military is not as prepared as it needs to be if there is conflict in the Indo-Pacific region. Waltz is also the co-chair of the India Caucus. He has advocated for advancing defense and security cooperation with India. The seat for the White House Chief of Staff has already been filled by Susie Wiles, and Trump is now reportedly expected to announce that Stephen Miller will serve as the Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy. Miller has led Trump's team of speech writers during the first term. He has been a leading advocate for a more restrictive immigration policy and is expected to take on an expanded role in the president-elect's second term. Miller is also a lead architect of the president-elect's plans for mass deportations of undocumented immigrants. Speaking of deportation, according to a CNN report, South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem is being considered for Homeland Security Secretary. That would be a strong loyalist heading an agency that is key to his domestic agenda. The department oversees everything from U.S. Customs to border protection and immigration. The Homeland Security is also in charge of the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the U.S. Secret Service. This comes a day after Trump announced Tom Homan as his border czar. That is, border czar. 62-year-old Homan is well versed with the immigration crisis as well as working with Trump. Over the course of his long career, he managed to rise the ranks and ultimately become the acting director of Immigration and Customs Enforcement. In an interview, Homan has talked about targeted arrests and workplace enforcement, something that is in line with Trump's plan of executing America's largest deportation in history. And for more on this, we earlier spoke to Alex Zidane, who is a Republican strategist and award-winning investigative journalist, and this is what he told us.
The best thing to come out of these picks so far is that President Trump is building around him a group that is clear-eyed and focused about the competition and the threat from the Chinese Communist Party. Don't forget, in 2018, during his first administration, President Trump directed that the national security strategy be rewritten to focus on great power competition and the number one opponent as China. This is a continuation of that mold that he had in the first term. It's a very promising sign to see individuals like Senator Rubio and Congressman Waltz, who are so clear-eyed and focused about the threat that China poses to the United States of America.